Lads, welcome back to another live duel today. This time around, we're going to be seeing Patrick playing Plunder Patrol Adventure on the left here, and Chris playing Salamangreat on the right. Chris ends up winning the die roll, so we're going to see him open up with Salamangreat Circle, searching Gazelle right off the bat. And before we get too far into this video, guys, while we're shuffling up here, let me know in the comments before you finish this video what deck you think is going to win. And then at the end of the video, once you see the results, let me know as well in a reply to that comment if you ended up being correct or not. Alrighty, so we're going to see him normal summon Jack Jaguar now to go into a Baylink, searching for the Sanctuary. A little bit of a misplay here. Patrick had to explain to Chris that Gazelle activates in the same chain as Baylings does, but he lets it slide. He lets Chris go ahead with it anyways, just to imperm the Gazelle, so it didn't really matter. So Chris is going to set one and pass, leaving with just a Baylings and a Gazelle with one back row. So Patrick is going to open up with a Plunder Patrol Shipyard, discarding a Water Enchantress to search for a Plunder Patrol. Going to get ashed, but he's going to follow that up with a triple Tactics to draw 2 cards here. Not sure exactly what he drew off of it, but he's looking in a pretty good spot here nonetheless, so he's going to banish that Water Enchantress now to go for that Rite of Aramesir, just to protect himself from any future disruption. Overall, pretty solid play. I can't necessarily disagree that he tried to use Shipyard first to get as much advantage off of that Water Enchantress as possible. I think that was totally a fair play. It was just unfortunate that Chris had the Ash. So, you're going to activate the Rite of Aramesir. Chris is just going to read it here to make sure he knows what's going on, and he's actually going to hit that with... Oh, nope, maybe not. I guess he must have realized that the back row he had doesn't actually affect Rite of Aramesir, so we're going to special summon that token now and activate Fateful Adventure from the deck. There that goes. So now we can shuffle back up here and figure out what our next line of play is going. Plunder Patrol Adventure is honestly like such an insane deck. The amount of synergy between the two engines is really quite impressive, so let's see where this ends up here. So he's actually going to normal summon, I believe that was Golden Hair, kind of hard to tell. He's going to end up linking that off into an Almirage, and just kind of thinking about where to go next. So he's actually going to... Oh, no, he's taking that back. He's realizing that was a mistake, but there he goes. He's just using that to proc the Fateful Adventure here. So he's going to search for that Griffin Rider really quick. Oh, no, I see. He got solemned. Okay. Yeah, the summon of the Golden Hair was hit by a Solemn Strike. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, so there's going to come the Water Griffin Rider, and he's also got a second Water Enchantress in hand that he's going to be able to special summon out as well. So he has an Adventure token, an Enchantress, and a Water Griffin Rider, and then a Draco back. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but he was able to revive his Plunder Patrol monster from the graveyard here so that he could still go into Blackbeard, making essentially all of his plays, so that's very important here. And so he's just going to go Battle Phase. Looks like attack over that Baylings. Alright, and then the Gazelle as well. Fair enough. Alright. So he's already cleared the Salamangreat board. That's pretty good. And now he's going to use the Blackbeard's effect to actually go into a Plunder Patrol ship Brawn, which is surprisingly good against the Salamangreat matchup. Sure, it only gets rid of spells and traps, but Salamangreat are really well known for their spells and traps. So I think overall that's really good, especially being able to stop Chris from recurring them every turn by banishing them is super, super helpful. So we are going to be ending on an Omni Negate and a Quick Effect Spell Trap banish. It's actually like not really all that bad of a setup. So it looks like we are just going into a situation here where we're getting Baylings back out here. And then he's actually going to use Jack Jaguar to, I believe, send Salamangreat Gazelle back into the deck here, just so that he can recycle it. Not sure why he's going about it that way, but it is what it is. So he's going to link that Jack Jaguar and the Baylings into a Sunlight Wolf here. Pretty standard Salamangreat play. We're probably going to see that Sanctuary touchdown here soon. Kind of surprised it didn't come in last turn, but that's okay. So there goes that right now, and we're going to Reincarnation link that Sunlight Wolf into another Sunlight Wolf, meaning that we have full setup for this guy. If we can special summon anything to its zone, we'll be able to get some revives, so that's pretty good. But now we're going to go with the Salamangreat Circle that starts that Gazelle. I see exactly why he recycled it now. That makes total sense. So he must have just added that Salamangreat Circle back to his hand with the Sunlight Wolf, which makes a lot of sense why he didn't do that sooner. So we're going to see the Spinny actually summon itself back out here, go with the Sunlight Wolf, banishing the Spinny, to be able to go into, I believe, Heat Leo right there, just so he can get some power on board. Then he's going to be able to special summon Gazelle, which means now he's going to try to activate Gazelle's effect, and Patrick is thinking whether or not he wants to activate an effect here. And it looks like he is. He's going to be sending that Wandering Griffin Rider back to the deck here to go and negate that. just so that he doesn't have to worry about that Gazelle's effect getting some pretty insane resources in the graveyard for Chris to use. Ooh, okay. Oh, I see. He's using the Balings to protect the Gazelle from destruction. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so now Chris kind of has a little bit of thinking here to do now that his situation's kind of been changed up a little bit. Okay, looking at the graveyard, just seeing what else going on, realizing there's another water enchantress here, I'm sure. All right, this is actually like a pretty interesting matchup, I'll be completely honest. So, and if you guys like these live duel commentaries, let us know what you think down in the comments. We definitely love to hear your thoughts on all of our videos. If there's anything you think we can improve upon, we just really like doing these because it helps us not only improve as players, but helps us gives us a chance to maybe show you guys how to improve as well. So, all right, looks like we're going to be using some effects here to get rid of that Brawn. I believe he summoned into an access code talker, and he's just blowing up the whole field now and passing turn. He probably attacked in there and got some damage, so. Ooh, we're using Plunder Patrol Shipyard. Looks like ditching a Whitebeard out of hand to be able to go and search for the Black Eyes, which means Patrick actually has pretty good setup for his Plunder Patrol plays here and still has the entire adventure package in his, or accessible in his graveyard. The only thing he's not going to be able to get to is that Draco back because that is already in the grave. He can't really recur it at this point, but all right. Let's see where he's going here. It looks like that was a Redbeard that he must have just summoned, probably off of the Whitebeard, which makes sense. And like I said, he still has that Black Eyes as an extender, which is just sweet. Okay, shuffling up here, getting some more plays going. Oh, he searched his second Rite of Aramis here. Awesome. So that means he's all good to go on that front. That is really cool that like Plunder Patrol doesn't need any normal summon effects. They just need their effects in general. So that's really, really cool. So there's gonna see the Black Eyes touchdown. I'm sure he's got another Blackbeard in his extra deck to go into stuff here. And if you guys actually want to see a deck profile of this Plunder Patrol Adventure deck, we do actually have one on the channel. I'll link that in the card at the top right for you to go check out. The Salamangreat deck profile, I'm sure we'll probably have sometime soon, but if you want to see that Plunder Patrol Adventure one, in the meantime, it is there for you guys to check out. Really, really awesome deck profile. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Okay, so we're actually going to just straight up overlay it to Moerk. We're not even going to worry about going through the Blackbeard just because of the attributes, but he wants to get rid of that access code talker, which makes total sense that he wants to go that way. He doesn't even need it to be a quick effect, and the Moerk is going to get Veilered. That is a big ouch. So on resolution, he's just going to triple tactics, steal the access code talker, and that is game one for Plunder Patrol Adventure. Triple tactics putting in a lot of work. So if you guys ever doubted that card, here is some examples of it actually putting in a lot of work right in front of you guys. So gonna go game two here. Salad's gonna go first again. Starting off with another Salamangreat Circle. This card being back to 3 is just absolutely nuts, but I think the deck like really kind of needed it. It wasn't really doing much without it. So here's gonna go a Gazelle now. Of course, search that right off the bat, which means he already has another starter accessible. Okay, looks like Sally, yep, it's going to be starting off with Spinny there, it looks like, going straight into the Balings. And I'm sure he's going to get it right this time, so he's going to use Gazelle and Balings in the same chain here, remembering to get that right. So we're going to search the Sanctuary off the Balings here, and then on a new chain, be able to activate Gazelle's effect on field here to go and dump something from deck to graveyard. Oh, maybe not. So maybe he's just going to skip that effect here. Let's see. Oh, no, there goes the Imperm on the Gazelle. Okay. Never mind, doesn't even have to worry about it. 2 games in a row. Start off with the Circle to get the Gazelle. This Gazelle gets impermed. Feels really bad. But Chris has the Spinny to follow up, so it doesn't matter. He's just going to go straight into our good old Gazelle here. Or not Gazelle, sorry. Mirage Stelio. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get a Jack Jaguar on field now, which is pretty sweet here. Alrighty. So now that's going to let us link to up into the Sunlight Wolf here. And then after that, we are still able to activate Salamangreat Sanctuary because we do still have it. He's actually going to use the Jack Jaguar to put the Gazelle back in the deck. See, I almost like feel that it would have been better to have kept the Gazelle as a material under the Mirage Stallion and link off the Mirage Stallion, just so that way when you special summon back to Sunlight Wolf Zone, you'd be able to get that Gazelle back to your hand. I feel like that would have been way more efficient. Looks like we're taking back this play here because realized a little mistake, so just gonna fix things up here and manage his resources a little better. Looks like he's gonna be able to keep the Gazelle. Everything's gonna stay fine, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening, so All right, let's see here. I guess he could have always returned the Balinx back to his extra deck as well. That probably would have been better, just so he could add the Gazelle back to hand. But he's going to set 2 and pass here. So we got a Sunlight Wolf that I believe has been reincarnation linked. That was exactly, I'm sure, what happened is they just reincarnation linked the Sunlight Wolf and then added a Gazelle back special to the Jaguar. That makes total sense. So he's got that, couple back row, and a Mirage Stallion. Plunder Patrol is going to open up with a Shipyard again, ditching a Black Eyes to search for the Whitebeard, which is just absolutely insane. That gets him off to like everything he needs here. And he's going to start off with the Golden Hair again. Oh, wow. All right, that's fine. So he's going to link that off into an Mirage again. And see what's going on here. Look at the Salamangreat mirror match, guys. All right, gonna summon that guy back to the field here. So he's got 2 monsters on board. That's like a full Black Eye or Blackbeard right there. I am not entirely sure what that was that he just summoned. It's kind of hard for me to tell, but I mean, he's building up his board pretty quickly here. Chris isn't throwing anything at him yet. He's clearly waiting for an opportune moment. Here comes the Blackbeard down, and that's gonna immediately hit a Super Poly. Oh wow. That's absolutely insane. So he's using the Sunlight Wolf and the Blackbeard to be able to go into his fusion monster here. I can't tell which one it is because there's a little bit of glare on it. I really apologize for some of these issues, guys, but we're just doing what we can with what we got. Filming locals isn't always the easiest with the current setup we have, but oh, and he's going to get the Gazelle on resolution here. Okay. That is actually a pretty sweet play. So he's going to dump the Foxy. Kind of an interesting choice, but I guess he does know that Patrick plays back row and all of his monsters turn into equips, so I suppose it makes enough sense. If I'm remembering this card right, I very well might not be. I'm not entirely well versed in every single Salamangreat effect, just most of their main effects. So I'll make sure that I'm trying not to misquote here as much as possible for you. Alright, so just kind of thinking on some plays here. Patrick going into a Moerk and reattaching, it looks like Redbeard from the graveyard. That must have been what he summoned earlier. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what Chris has to respond to. Oh, Twin Twisters. He's Twin Twistering to get rid of his equip spells. But Moerk is a quick effect while it's got a Plunder Patrol as an equip spell, so it doesn't even matter. Like, Moerk would have gotten that effect either way, but now he's just able to use it as a quick effect before his stuff is detached. Pretty, I don't know. I think that Twin Twisters might have been a little wasted. Oh, did he also have the effect failure, or is that what he discarded for Twin Twisters? Ooh. Oh, yep, he must have discarded the effect failure. Okay. All right, now we're going to go back to Salamangreat here. Going to go up into more Sunlight Wolf plays. Getting that Jaguar back on field, recycling stuff again. Just getting all the resources. Like, this is actually just kind of bonkers. Okay, looks like he's going for Heat Leo. I think he's just going to try to get over this entire board. Maybe go straight for the access code talker and try to, like, push for game here as quickly as possible. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Maybe it looks like he's just going for Heat Leo and he's just going to try to get some damage in here. Not necessarily... I don't think he has the OTK, so I think he's not going to like necessarily try to push for game here. He's just trying to look at the ways to best manage his resources while putting Patrick as far behind as possible, which with an empty board and a pretty low hand, he's looking a bit on the behind end there, so we'll see. Okay, so I was right. The Foxy can destroy a face-up spell or trap card by discarding a Salamangreat card while it's in the graveyard, especially summon itself. It looks like that's where he's going here. I think he has to destroy one, though. I'm not sure, but either way, he's going to go... Did he go for Avermax? He brought his Sunlight Wolf back out. I can see that much. So it looks like he's going to go to the access code here. So an access code with an Avermax, that's 3K and 53. Yeah, so that would be game right there. GG's. Game 2 going to Salamangreat here. Pretty dang impressive. So let's go ahead and go on to game 3. Plunder Patrol Adventure going to take this one first, I'm sure. Yep, there he goes. Opening up with that Shipyard 3 games in a row with the Water Enchantress. Patrick, you are just absolutely nutty. Why can't you play like this at YCS's, my guy? Like, come on. Alright, so got the search off of the Plunder Patrol Shipyard, and he's going to use the Water Enchantress before anything else to make sure he gets that right of every here, just so that nothing else during the rest of his turn is going to get negated, and he's getting maximum resources possible here. So his token's going to touch down, and he's going to get that Fateful Adventure as well. Alright, so thinking, oh, he's going to go for the Wandering Griffin Rider first before normal summoning to get the Draco back, which is totally fine. I don't see like any issue with that necessarily. There's stuff he doesn't mind sending to the graveyard to be able to do that, which looks like he's sending one of his Plunder Patrol monsters here. Oh, looks like a Whitebeard actually, which is going to proc that effect to allow him to go ahead and search, which is pretty sweet. The synergy between both of these decks is just incredible. So he's going to get the Draco back as well and be able to summon the Golden Hair, which is just, oh, I love it. Honestly, I wish I took more time and money and invested in Plunder Patrol, because that is just, it's such a fun deck. There's so many different play styles you can go with it. Oh, gonna normal summon out another Plunder Patrol monster there. I can't remember which one that is. But he's going to be able to go into his Link monster now, going straight for the Blackbeard. I think that was Bluebeard that he normal summoned, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Alright, so he's going to use Black Eyes now to go and summon itself out from his hand. Alright. He's going to get Golden Hair back to the field as well here. So he's got some pretty good setup. This means he can just naturally make him work if he wants. Then he can have the Blackbeard just set up into a Brawn if he needs it. Like, this is actually a pretty good setup. I know it's kind of a tough matchup for Plunder Patrol to go against Salamangreat because they're only fire monsters until you get to stuff like the Avramax and the Access Code Talker, which makes it a little bit difficult to be able to correctly proc stuff like your Blackbeard and things like that. Okay, and we're going to pass right over to Chris. Not too much of a board setup here. We do have a Nominated Gate and possible disruption of Blackbeard. So Salamangreat's going to open up a Salamangreat Circle once again. All 3 games in a row, these guys started off with their same starter cards, which is pretty impressive. It looks like Chris is actually going to start off by normal summoning Flame Buffalo, going to use its effect while summoning Balinx, and you also use Balinx's effect as well to go ahead and add that Salamangreat Sanctuary. So depending on how he chases here actually does kind of affect quite a few things. Honestly, I think it would be smarter to get that Salamangreat Sanctuary searched first so that you can get the draw 2 and discard 1, but I also understand that building chain links like that can be risky. Oh, Patrick hit him with the Wandering Griffin Rider on one of his effects, and then Chris hit him with the Super Poly, discarding Foxy. Oh, wow. Okay, this is getting pretty insane here. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he'd be able to do the Balinx and the Blackbeard again, so that's actually pretty nuts here. I think we're just having a little questions here on some of the stuff going around Super Poly here. It looks like he's actually a discard of Salamangreat Circle instead of the Foxy, which is fair enough. But he's gonna go off the Balinx and the Blackbeard. Ooh, maybe. Just waiting to see what's happening here. I think Patrick's trying to see if his Blackbeard has any floating effects like that. There's not really anything that can get him out of the situation because he can't respond with anything. Calling in the judge just to make sure they're fully aware of the situation here. Alright, so the Blackbeard gets sent to the graveyard here. Wandering Griffin Rider goes back into the deck. Let's see which effect Chris does not get here, because I don't have the audio right now, so I don't know which one he built first on the chain link here. Okay, so it looks like the Balinx is the one that got negated, but he's able to draw 2 and then discard that Foxy. So I guess that still works out. He's going to activate his own triple tactics now. Oh my god, he's going to steal that Brawn from Patrick. Here we go. Alright. Oh, I think the question was that Patrick tried to activate Blackbeard and then the Super Poly got chained on top of it, so they wanted to see how that was going to resolve. I get it. So yeah, it looks like Chris just full-on stole the Brawn here. He's got a couple of Salamangreat monsters on the field here with Will of the Salamangreat. He's actually going to link off the Brawn to be able to go into... Oh god, it's right in the glare spot, but it looks like that's a Sunlight Wolf. I'm pretty confident that's what that is. He's just going all over the place. So he must have had a Gazelle in hand as well, because he just dumped Falco to the graveyard here. All right, look at his resources. He's getting a pretty good pool set up there in the graveyard for him to be able to go off of the zone plays, which is just awesome here. All right, that must have been... Let's see what's going on here. I'm not entirely sure what Chris's game plan is. Probably just going to be break the board with Access Code again. Oh, and he's using the Foxy Graveyard effect to destroy a face-up spell or trap his opponent controls and special summon it. And it looks like he discarded a Spinny off of it, too. That's actually nuts. Yep, they're just going to go the Spinning special summon out here. Let's see if he's going to go to a Mirage Stallion. And he is. There we go. The good boy now back to 3, even though everyone really only plays it at 1, maybe 2 max. All right, we're going to see him go off into Link 3 here. He's going to go for Heat Leo and get rid of that Spell or Trap back there. All right, now Mirage Stalio is going to go and detach his materials to be able to go and search from the deck. Oh, okay, never mind. Looks like it shuffles Fateful Adventure back into the deck. Fair enough. All right, what is Mirage Stalio getting here? Looks like that was a Jack Jaguar, I guess. Oh, and he's going to go straight for the Link. That looked like a Link 5, unless I was wrong. What did he go for? Oh, it looks like Patrick's just going to be scooping here? I can't tell. No. Oh, no, he did another Heatleo. Okay, he went to another Heatleo. He just had to do it the hard way because he didn't have Sanctuary. I get it now. He just wanted to get rid of as many of Patrick's resources as possible here, which I feel like if he just got to the Access code, it might have been a little bit easier, but it is what it is. I guess he would only be able to pop one off of it, which is fine. All right, let's see where he goes next here. All he's left with is a Heatleo and one other monster there that unfortunately I can't tell because, once again, it's just right in that glare. It's so hard to see. But, like I said, we'll do our best to work on improving these videos in the future for you guys so you don't have to worry about little details like that, and it'll be as clean as possible for you. It just takes time and practice, you know. Okay, so Chris really thinking over his plays here, trying to figure out the most optimal line to close out this game here. Right now it's a matter of they've got an equal amount of monsters currently. Chris could attack over both of them and just really reduce Patrick's resources. I think he only has one card in hand right now, 2 cards in hand. So he's not really going to have a whole lot of options, but he also knows that with that shipyard that Patrick doesn't really need a lot to go off. He just needs 1 discard and he's good to go. So let's see what Salamangreat can come up with in this situation. The entire deck is meant to grind and to sometimes surprisingly close out the game quickly, but we'll see how he picks up going about this. Alright, so just going to attack over Patrick's monsters and pass turn. Looks like Patrick drew a Veiler for a turn. And he's going to try to use Black Eye's effect in Graveyard here, I think. Oh, no, he's going for the Plunder Patrol Shipyard, discarding the Whitebeard, which Whitebeard in and of itself was already a play, but he's going to go for the Blackbeard again, or the Black Eyes again, which I think is actually a really solid play here. Okay, so he's going to get a special summon of that Redbeard here. Totally optimal play, actually. That's a really good pairing off of that Shipyard, I think. Let's see how he sets this up here, because how he builds this turn will, like, determine the rest of this match. There goes the Black Eyes summoning itself to the field here as a free extender. Absolutely love it. Okay. Oh, and he's going to discard the Veiler to summon back the Golden Hair as well, so now he can just overlay Straighten Him a work. He's going to banish the Heatleo. I feel it coming. I feel that coming. Oh, what's going on here? No, he actually got rid of... Oh, it was the Violet Chimera. Oh, that's what he chose to get rid of. That's totally fair, because I believe he can actually beat over the Heatleo, if I remember right here. Especially since Chris doesn't have the Sanctuary set up. Okay, so let's see where we go from here then. Okay, just shuffling up. We still have a Redbeard on field to potentially do some things with. Kind of an interesting situation to be in once again, though. Not really an easy spot for Plunder Patrol to get out of, but not necessarily the hardest one either. It just requires a little bit of thinking, a little bit of thought process, and just some determination on which is the best route to go with here. Surprisingly enough, Plunder Patrol does have a lot of, like, really nice built-in mechanics. Oh, I almost forgot the attack boost with the Plunder Patrol Shipyard, too. So that Mork definitely should be able to get over that Heatleo. Unless there's just something else I'm not thinking about. But it looks like he's actually just going to link off into the Blackbeard. Probably just wants to be able to use stuff as an equip. He's got the Redbeard equipped to the Blackbeard now. I guess, yeah, that's right. I think the Shipyard requires that they have something equipped to them to be able to get the attack boost. So he's actually going to go into a Brawn now, which will get him... Actually, he can get rid of that Will and then attack over Heatleo as well, which is pretty good. That'll exhaust Chris of most of his resources. I mean, of course, he still has the Graveyard, but without Will, that's going to reduce his amount of resources that he has access to in the Graveyard currently, which is pretty sweet. It really depends on what he has left in hand, which is what Patrick has to consider here. It's a very important decision. All right, really doing some calculating here. He's trying to find out if he has a way to close game here. Okay, looked like he just went for... Was that Golden Hair? Another Whitebeard? Once again, everything's like such in a weird angle that I can't always tell where it's at. But we'll see here in just a moment, I'm sure. It looks like he got rid of the Plunder Patrol booty to be able to get that search. Alright, he's just gonna have Brawn attack over the Heatleo and gonna use Balinks to protect, actually. Oh, wow, I actually forgot about Balinks, I'm not gonna lie. And, okay, he did banish the Will of the Salamangreat, which is awesome. Okay, so just gonna pass back to Chris. He does have another Speller Trap banish on a quick effect, thanks to having that equip here, so I think he'll be just fine. Oh, so he's gonna go Jack Jaguar, actually recycling back to the extra deck. I'm assuming it was a Sunlight Wolf, but it could have very well been a Heatleo. Alright, gonna link that off to go do a Balinks and try to get that Salamangreat Sanctuary search now, and that's gonna get ashed. Patrick really does not want him having that Sanctuary access, because that really could spell game for him. Making Chris make as suboptimal of plays as possible is, like, the best way to go. So we're gonna get summon back Spinny now, use Spinny with the Balinks to go into a Sunlight Wolf, which is not in a very optimal zone to do very much, but that does mean he does get Gazelle access, so that he's able to get more resources into his graveyard. He looks like he's dumping a Will of the Salamangreat. That might have been what he returned earlier. Gonna link those two off to go into another Sunlight Wolf just to be able to get its effect to recycle. He's gonna get the Will of the Salamangreat back, and he's probably gonna use its effect to send it to the graveyard to special summon, oh, yep, he's going to send the Heatleo to the graveyard to be able to summon 3 monsters back to field. Well, I guess it doesn't send it to graveyard, but sends the Will of the Sanctuary, or Will of the Salamangreat to the graveyard to summon back 3 monsters since he controls Heatleo summoned with its own name. Even though he had to hard summon it with its own name, it does still count. And let's see what he gets back here. I'm pretty sure he did summon Gazelle. There's a Foxy, and I'm guessing the last one's probably just a Jack Jaguar. I'm pretty sure the summons themselves were inconsequential. It's what he could do with them that matters. So let's see how he sets this up then. This could go very, very interestingly, in all honesty. Oh, looks like that was the end of the game, guys. So I guess Salamangreat took that one. He must have realized the access code was coming down, meaning that that was the end of the game for Plunder Patrol Adventure. Very good fight from both sides, but Salamangreat's access to getting access codes so easily and making him such a damaging body is always impressive. So kudos to both players. Patrick and Chris, you guys both played really well, and that was a very fun matchup to watch. So let me know down in the comments, guys, was your guesses at the beginning of the video correct, or did you get it wrong? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Once again, if you like these videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to show your support and to make sure that we know to do more of these in the future. And hopefully next time I sound more energized. I'm just doing this at 5 o'clock in the morning right now, so don't judge too harshly, but still judge a little bit. We like to hear criticism as long as it's constructive. Alrighty, once again, thank you guys for watching today, and remember, good fun. Have luck.